So, good news and bad news. The good news is the meeting went well. The bad news, your current employers got wind of it, and they aren't thrilled. Get ready to grovel. This might set back your recognition with them a bit.
High up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Take it easy to start with, the track's very wet. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 metres above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of around 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill of turn 3. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, and it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Surfer Girl, Perez, Norris, Fittipaldi, Behrman, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Russell, Joe, Leclerc, Hamilton, Vesti, Gasly, Ocon, Tsunoda, Albon, Iwasa, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Energy stores depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Green flag. Here's some information on Tsunoda for you. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Caution, caution. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.7 seconds. And there are 18 laps of fuel remaining now. expected, no rain expected for the time being. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Gap to your teammate behind, 1.8 seconds. On him, he might make a mistake. think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes. Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. I'm proud of you, man. That was a good job. You did really well out there. Superb driving.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time. Up in the mountains here at Spielberg, it's time for qualifying on what will be the fastest laps of the season. Stand by for qualifying at the Austrian Grand Prix.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track. take you this lap.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Surfer Girl lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Tsunoda, Albon, Perez, Iwasa, Fittipaldi, Ocon, Stroll, Behrman, Ricciardo, Vesti, Joe, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have. And it's, rule number 1, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you. And yes, the cars can vary and set up from race to race and depending on who has which style. But essentially, they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do. And it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can, and they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, and failing that, within the points.
Energy stores depleting, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop. Okay, DRS is now available. Okay, there are 49 laps of fuel remaining. Accumulating somewhere on the MGUK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Conditions look stable at the moment, no rain currently expected. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. On him, he might make a mistake. ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1:09.1. You're losing around 7/10 a lap at this pace. Okay, mate, it's Verstappen ahead. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push. Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, nice work. Really good job with that target, mate. There are 43 laps of fuel remaining. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Norris is behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. Okay, 30 laps till the end now. To your teammate behind, 6.9 seconds. Overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Norris behind. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The car behind has some damage to its front wing, but pace is currently unaffected. Your last lap time, 1:11.0. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, 1 stop to go, just 1 stop left in this strategy, and that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. That's Hamilton behind. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last lap, 1 minute 10.5. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, we've got 37 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, caution, caution, virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta on your dash. Okay, the virtual safety car's been deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. There's been an incident resulting in a high level of debris on the track. Be careful. Okay, safety car deployed, safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Okay, there have been further incidents on the track, so officials are moving to a full safety car. Full safety car. Okay, off we go, back into the race. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Right, the safety car's waiting for the leader. You can overtake it. Overtake the safety car. Fernando is in for his stop. Don't forget, you got more control than ever over your EOS mode, so play around with them in your MFD. You're approaching the safety car, you're leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car. Okay, the safety car's coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in Sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car's into the pit lane. Okay, clear. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. There are 34 laps of fuel remaining. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Fernando is behind you now. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. You've got 20 laps left until the end. Use your overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. DRS has been enabled, DRS is now enabled. Okay, mate, we're not using as much fuel as we predicted, which means we've got extra performance in hand. So let's push and use it all up. Flag. Some information on Bearman for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. No rain expected for the time being. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. Yellow flag. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead. Oh mate, you made that look easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.4 seconds. And that's 26 laps of fuel remaining. There's been some damage to the underbody. Expect the car to feel some impact. And you're down to 24 laps of fuel remaining. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Conditions look stable at the moment, no rain currently expected. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. might make a mistake. Okay, mate, let's try and pick our moments when we use the RS. Let's try to be consistent with it going forward, please. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Okay, we're down to 15 laps of fuel left now. Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserve that race win, well done mate.
That's it then for another spectacular Grand Prix here in Austria, and a truly magnificent drive to hang on and take the win.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
Aston Martin's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the biggest names in the sport. They're making their way out to the podium as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.